Anglo-Saxon warrior destined to be a champion for the ages and a national treasure for all time.
How you doing, everybody? Hope everyone is well. All right, so as you know, I went to Target yesterday and spent more money than any human being ever should, but that's okay. Basically, though, in a nutshell, first of all, let's make sure that you can hear me on YouTube and Twitch. Is anybody over on Twitch? Matt usually pops in there. So Funko Games put out this, so I had to try to hunt this down, which was hard enough as it was, because boy, did this all over the place, you know, pretty much sell out. Okay, so I was lucky to get one of these. And I got one of the Gloomhaven things, too. I didn't even know that was going to be there. Shows you how much I pay attention to the gaming world. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it very, very much. So, I decided to kind of check out these rules and start reading them a little bit. And it's actually pretty interesting. There's, you know, it comes with different types of figures. So you have Ghidorah. You got Mothra, which, you know, these things desperately need a little bit of a paint job on them, but that's nicky-picky. Let's find out if the game's good first. The thing that catches me is that the rules aren't very clear on a lot of things, so we're going to do our best to do as much as we can. Just to make sure that you guys see this game, maybe learn, and decide if it's for you or not. You know, and we do things live, so there you go. Well, I mean, what can I tell you? Oh, I almost forgot these little markers here. It's not very clear. Okay, the little models are nice, actually, and for a Godzilla game, you know, there haven't been many good Godzilla games. This one is going to be upset you did this without her. Oh, where is she? Where's Godzilla Lover, by the way? Did she go somewhere? She usually pops in. So a couple of things that aren't clear, so I'm gonna do the best I can. It's not hard to read this, okay? But the things just aren't clear. So I'll explain it, and then we'll kind of figure it out together and get through this. Like I said, this is the first time I'm playing it, so I threw it down on the table. I do have to show you something cool though. I got a Father's Day present from my grandson and granddaughter up in Connecticut. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. And first of all, my wife is always annoyed that when you look over there, that's all you see is like totes and stuff like that. So sorry about the camera being away, but they sent me this really cool thing, so I put it up over there to cover up all the totes and stuff like that. So it's just really, really cool. I mean, hats off to my awesome children for being as awesome as they are. Let's go down. Let's move that down. And then we'll come over here. And we'll go up top here. Okay, so let me give you the gist of what I understand here. So we got Godzilla over here. Okay, we got Megalon. Now, a lot of people I've heard been complaining. Does this play well solo? No, not at all. But I'm by myself, so pretty much it's now a solo game that, regardless, I was going to buy this just to collect it, just because my boy's in it. People were complaining about Megalon, but what they don't understand, oh, that's kind of a weird character, it's an obsolete character. Megalon is one of the most cult figures of all time, and I'll tell you why. Okay? He was part of the greatest tag team ever. Okay? Remember that movie. That movie is a classic because of the entire tag team event in there, where it was Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. Okay? Versus Gigan, I believe it was Gigan and Megalon. He doesn't get his due as he should, and those things that he used to spit out of his mouth were pretty cool. All right, so I'm glad that they did it and just didn't go with another Rodan or something like that. And it's nice having Mothra, and you gotta have Ghidorah. All right, so this plays in about 45 minutes. It'll probably be a little bit longer since we're trying to figure this out. I've seen every movie 9 million times and I own them all. The setup for 2 players, as you can see, is what we have here. Okay, you could play 3-player, you could play 4-player. These insert the correct tiles into the base of each large building. Place. Okay, so you're supposed to actually put these into the building? Why? Okay, I mean, if that's what you want, just so you know that that's a 4. I get it now. I was wondering what these were for. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, this doesn't make sense. This is so when you destroy it, you get energy. You're going to have to get energy to pay for certain cards. Okay, and I'm going to show you that. Cards are going to be trophies in this. Radar. Radar is... Yes. Okay. Since we're playing with a couple of radars, I'm going to take 2 of these out. Sorry, I didn't see this. So these actually fit in here, and they're supposed to stay here. That's actually kind of cool. It really is, when you really think about it. So you stick these in here, and they stay there permanently. And this is actually one of these. Hold on. That goes in here. And then we're going to put this one here. This is so you know now. So I'm going to explain this. And forgive me if we're getting off to a slow start as always. But what do I care? It's not like anybody watches this channel. I mean, really. If I cared, I would care. Okay, so we're gonna... I should be able to go off this. Okay, so over here is the oxygen destroyer. This is going to keep creeping along until the end of the game. But hold on here. Every time you destroy a building, you're going to be, because we're playing 2-player, we're going to be building this way. And once the oxygen destroyer goes over any buildings that are destroyed, the game automatically ends right there. Okay, so that's that. The way you're going to do this is there's an oxygen destroyer phase. Like I said, on the first turn, we do not move this token at all. Hey, Kabook! What's up? I'm basically preparing food in a second, but I wanted to pop into at least for a bit. Well, I'm always happy to see you. So, what you're going to do is you are going to draw 5 cards. This is the King of the Monster token, okay? And what this means is every time a monster hits another monster, they're going to get that token. Okay? It gives you a benefit. At the end of the game, it's going to give you 2 dominance points. 2 dominance points. And you're going to be able to draw a +1 card, okay? During the game. Now, you're going to have these decks of cards. And every time you get hit, you're going to have to discard cards. So you don't take wounds, you discard cards. Okay? So, you can't be knocked out or taken out of the game. You keep on going, and when you get hit, you're going to discard cards. So say there's 3 cards. Say he does 4 damage to Megalon. And Megalon has a defense of 2. Okay? What's going to happen is you're going to take 2 of these cards, and you're going to look on the bottom, and there's a dominance point. Now, you're going to take 1 of those things, and you're going to put them in a victory pile. Okay? And that, at the end of the game, you're going to count up whoever has the most dominant points at the end of the game is the winner. Now, some of these have 0s on them. That's okay. That's okay. You keep on drawing until you at least get a point, and then those will go in the discard. The other thing about these cards, you're going to have to pay for some of these cards. So you're going to have to destroy things to get energy, okay? And you're going to do certain things to build up your energy, because you can't, if you play a card that has energy and you don't have the energy to pay for it, you cannot play the card. All right? So you want to make sure that these are good and mixed up. And there's all kinds of different things that you're going to have. You're going to have cards that you're going to play that have movement. Now that we just destroyed the entire city, which, the whole point is to destroy the city. The thing that they don't tell you is when you walk into space, do I automatically destroy those things, or do I have to play an attack card? They don't tell you that. The other thing they don't tell you was that there's event cards. Okay, these event cards, there's going to be 1 for the top and 1 for the bottom. So at the end of the refresh phase, you are going to pay. You're going to negotiate these cards in order. So I'm going to put that there. Okay, and that's all we're going to do. Boom. Seems pretty easy, right? All right, so we'll do the event phase. Now, the way that the turn ends, okay, is you're going to pass. You're going to have 5 cards in your hand, and if you can't do anything, you're going to pass. You can, when both sides pass, then you're definitely going to go. Then the round ends, and then you check for end of the game scoring, blah 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 blah, and that's how you do. Now, again, it doesn't really, range attacks have to be in a straight line. So I can only do my breath weapons that way. You cannot go diagonally. If something's here, you can't hit it here going diagonally. Everything has to be in a straight line. So if you decide to use one of your breath weapons, that's the way that's going to work. Let's see. Players may choose to discard, keep any number of cards remaining in their hands before drawing up to a hand of 5 cards. The player with the King of Monster token draws up to 6 cards. Okay, seems easy enough. Okay, trophies. Every time you do something, you are going to get a trophy. All right, and like I said, those trophies, and I just want to make sure that we say that correctly. As you can see, it's not a long book. It's not overly hard. It's just not spelled out correctly. Very well. See, activate both event cards in their assigned order. Does that mean that you discard those and then add more? An event requires vehicles to move on a board according to their position and the proximity to the nearest kaiju. Yeah, you always go towards the nearest kaiju. If there are ever 2 or more kaiju in equal distance, well, guess what? They're going to move towards the king of the whatchamacallit. Okay, so there's that. They tell you what their powers are a little bit, and we'll explain that as we go. They talk about passing, damage. Okay, dealing damage. So this is what happens. So he gets to take the top 2, take 2 cards from the top of Godzilla's kaiju deck and keep 1 as a trophy. You may never take a card with a 0 dominance value. If all the cards you draw after an attack have 0 dominance, your opponent is considered to withstood the attack. Okay, so basically it's kind of like a miss. All right. So on these cards, you're going to have attack values, move values, and you're going to want to play those. So we're going to mix these up for Megalon a little bit. I'm going to try to be as fair as I can, but you know who I want to win. All right, listen, I make no bones about it. I'm a Godzilla mark, and that's about it. Zilnar, what's up? Don't think anything in this game, anything worth painting. I think they're all worth. I was thinking of painting them before I play this, but I wanted to try the game first. I'm going to keep it, but is it worth? Anything can take paint. Yeah, these are definitely worth painting. Let's go to the other camera angle so you guys can see. They're very detailed. They're very okay. Come on, camera. Don't start with me today. They're worth painting. They really are. The Godzilla is definitely worth painting. But before we take care of this little guy, all right, he's not green. Oh, Ro Barron decided to follow us. Thank you, bro. All right, listen. This guy's definitely worth painting. We got to make him gray, though. All right? Godzilla's not green. Never was, never will be. So they're definitely worth throwing some paint on. No doubt about that. Okay. So the way... They don't explain if you attack a building, but I think you have to at least play an attack card. That's what I would think. These do not get destroyed. Do they get destroyed? Yes, they do get destroyed. If you destroy them, you're going to get a certain amount of energy. So Godzilla's going to start off because he's the king of monsters. He's going to get 6 cards. I'm going to try to shut my brain down and try to play the best I can here without favoring Godzilla too much. Okay, but let's face it. I'm going to favor Godzilla. And then Megalon gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So we're going to let Godzilla go first. Now, there's a thing called momentum. Now, Godzilla may throw vehicles and kaiju spaces 1 space farther than usual. Throwing. Throwing is your attack value. Okay? That's the distance that you can throw. Let's just make sure that we confirm this. Again, you know, I want to make sure that we're doing this right and that you guys make a good decision and try to find this at Target. It's going to be a Target for the first month, and then it'll be retail. Cards with range allow you to target a kaiju up to a certain amount of spaces in a straight line. Ranged attacks are made for damage only and cannot be used against buildings or vehicles, nor can they be used to throw vehicles or kaiju. Any small or large vehicles or other kaiju between you and the target do not obstruct range. There you go. Each kaiju has 2 discard actions shown on the mat. To take one of these actions, yeah, you can discard. Oh wait, because you burn through your deck pretty quickly, but that is not a losing condition. I thought that would be kind of cool. Discard a kaiju card, ignoring its state, and apply effects described on it. Okay, yeah. Okay. So Godzilla's going to go first. And we're going to take a look and see what he has. He has Body Slam, which if this attack is not fully blocked, you may throw the target 2 spaces. We have Tail Whip, which costs 2 energy. We have Heat, Mega Heat Ray. You know what that means. Alright, okay. What's this? Rush. So we can move 3. So there's symbols here. Anything with claw marks are attacks. Okay, let's go here so I can. Well, no, let's use this camera, which is still focused in on my very cool thing that my grandson and granddaughter sent me. All right, let's go down here. All right, so okay, so anything with a claw mark, okay, and a number next to it is the amount of damage that you can do. Over here is those dominance points I was telling you. Oh, Emoshu is now following. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. We love having you here. Falcon Ash K, what's up, bro? Hello. All King of Tokyo and Squadron Leader Mix. Maybe. This is what's going to cost. And then there's a little text here for all kinds of different abilities that can happen here. Okay, so let's see if we can pull this off, bro. Body Slam. Now remember, this is going to cost energy, and we only have 2 energy to start. So I want to move, okay? And we're going to interchange. So I'm going to go, then he's going to go, then I'm going to go. And this is, with the shields here, our defense value. Oh, it doesn't block. Okay. Momentum. That means I can play this card and then play another card right away. Well, this is a good card to keep. Momentum. So I'm going to play this card. It's not going to cost me any energy, and I'm going to put it in my discard. I am going to move up to 3. So I'm going to go 1. And now momentum. Momentum basically means that you can take another turn right away. Oh, excuse me. So I wouldn't let it go over to the other player's turn if I wanted to. And again, the thing that I wonder, do you go and step on this building, or do you have to play an attack card to destroy the smaller buildings? Small buildings that get destroyed go on the damage track. And I think they always do at least. All vehicles are worth 1 energy. When you destroy a building or vehicle, you gain the benefits showed underneath. Okay, let's see what's underneath here. Oh, you get energy for these. Okay. All right. That's cool. That get destroyed go on the damage track. If there aren't any... Now, it doesn't say how to attack a building. And that's the thing that you kind of really wonder. You choose your... and I think you just attack it. I think you just attack it. You have to burn an attack card. So I would only move 1. Why would I move any more than that? I want to get more energy. And, oh, momentum. That's what we were looking at. Now all we need is Godzilla. I know. Where is she? Right? Right? Momentum. It's in here. I'll get this real quick, because I want to make sure that you guys understand what's going on here. The rules could be a little bit better, but overall, from what I read, this really looks like, this is the first Godzilla game in a long time that is actually a really decent game. Momentum. A card with momentum allows you to play additional card to take your kaiju discard action after its use. Or take your discard action after its use. You may play more than 1 momentum card. So allows you to play an additional card. So I can play an additional card. So what I want to do here is attack. Okay, so do I want to tail whip? If this attack is not fully blocked, you may throw a vehicle up to 2 spaces. I don't want to waste that. Power up. When you make a ranged attack, discard this card to increase the damage by 1 and gain an extra trophy. Ooh, we're keeping that one. If we do a tail whip for 2 damage, we're going to destroy the buildings in this this block. I mean, I think that's what that would do. So I would use the 2 energy there, use my tail whip, and destroy these buildings. Now underneath is what I get. So I'm going to get 4 energy for using 2. Okay. Now, that goes here. Oops. Destroyed buildings go here. Because every time this moves, and that's when after we both pass. Okay? So I'm going to pass here. All right? And we're going to let Megalon go now. I would love to see Kong expand. Oh, heck with Kong. Yeah, they'll probably do it. Momentum. Now you're correcting me how to speak. Okay. I'm deaf in one ear. I can't hear myself. So I have an issue hearing and hearing myself talk, so I don't say things correctly. Okay, so Megalon has some movement here, bruh. Megalon has some movement here. Oh, I hate this guy too. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to play Rush. And it has momentum, so he's going to move 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he's going to go there. And since that's momentum, oh, he doesn't have anything else. Draw a card. Okay, he's going to play Sturdy Shell for 1 energy and hope that he gets an attack card. Because if he doesn't, okay, no, he gets another Rush. Oh, but he could. That has range 2. It has an attack 3. Oh no, he could have played this. So we're going to take Sturdy, his defense, and put this in here. We're going to play 2 here, and we're going to. It's going to use his 2. We're going to use that with our momentum. It has range 2. If this, wow, he can hit Godzilla at range 2. So it'd be 1, 2 in a straight line. And hit him for 3. Yeah, he's going to hit Godzilla for 3. Godzilla, does he have any defense? Yes, he does. I can play Scale Hide. Gain 1 energy for each point blocked of damage. Blocked. Each point this of damage this card doesn't block. So, it's going to block 2. He's hitting me for 3. If this attack isn't fully blocked, your target must discard any enhancement card from play. Enhancement card. Oh, this is an enhancement card. I don't have an enhancement card in play. Alright, cool. There are enhancements that you can play that are going to stay in play. Target has it now. Other places, think August. There you go. So I'm going to discard this. I'm going to gain 1 energy from that. He's going to hit me for 1. So what does that mean? There's 1 extra that goes through. And he's going to grab 1 card. He's going to turn it over. It has no value. So it basically feels like it misses. Oh, I missed a heat ray. I really needed that card. That gets discarded. Okay? Now he's mad. Now he's mad. Alright, so now he's going to pass. Alright, so he passes. He has no energy. So now it goes over to Godzilla. Godzilla is going to... Oh, man. That's the way to do it. Why don't we use all 5? Destroy a building in a space between you and the target. Okay. Range 3. 1, 2. So that's a building. I can destroy that. It's going to do 6 damage to him. Okay. So Godzilla's going to use his Mega Heat Ray, because I'm ticked. And it's range 3. I'm going to destroy 1 building That's going to go here. I'm going to get... I lose 5, but I gain 2. All right. That's going to do 6 damage. Megalon can stop 2 of it. Okay? With his thing. So he's going to... Oh, he can't. He can't defend it. Or he can use this. Sturdy shell. 2. You would have to use energy to use the defense on this. Well, let's just double check that. I don't want to cheat Megalon and hit him for 6 cards, even though that does make me quite happy. Actually, this would go over to him. Anyways. Damage. Okay. So. Alright. Attack value for damage or an effect allows to damage a kaiju. Your opponent can choose to defend with a card in their hand. Okay. They can use to defend with a card in their hand. So I'm going to give that to them. Because again, these rules aren't that clear. Godzilla Lover, here you are. Finally. How are you, my dear? Everybody's been asking where you are, especially with this one. Alright. So that's going to be 2. So it's going to take... He's going to take 4 damage. So we only get to pick 1 card out of the 4 with the highest value. Alright. So obviously I'm going to take this 2. And I'm going to put it face down over here. Alright. I'm going to put it face down over here. And then the rest of this goes into his discard pile. That's the way I read it. Okay. So... yeah, because taking a trophy. Okay. Let's just make sure that we do this, because now we get this back. Okay. Okay. Applies 4 damage. Godzilla plays Sky defense. So he gets to take the top 2 cards and keep 1 as a trophy. So even if you do a whole bunch of damage, if a card attack lists other effects, no. Resolve those effects after dealing damage. If a defense card, no. Only 1 is taken. Okay. And put face down. So I can only, I'm only allowed to take 1 trophy after hitting him. So I smacked him, got 2 points. Great, fantastic. So now it goes over to our boy here. What can he do here? Well, he can get out of Godzilla's way if he wants to. Alright, we're gonna... if I was him after the beating I just took, I would go back to the sea. There we go. Alright, so now it goes over to Godzilla again. We've only got 2 cards. There's nothing really I want to do here. Nothing I really can do. I could pay this. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to pass as well. So now that we both passed, okay, now we start to resolve some of the things on here. So I'm going to just give you another angle so you're not looking at me and look at the thing here. So now what happens here is we have a refresh phase. Once all players have passed consecutively, players may discard any number of cards from their hand and then draw cards until they have 5. Except for the one with the Godzilla has the king thing, so he gets 1 extra card. Then we're going to do event phase. Okay, this is where, again, it gets confusing. So, coming up top here, he's going to, well, what do we have here? Do we really need a movement card? Agility. This is an enhancement. Well, he's just going to take 3 cards. Piercing Drill. Undermine. Ooh, that's nasty. And Drill Attack. So, alright. Well, he has movement and he can attack things. Alright. Oh, look. He's beating on Jet Jaguar, too. Alright, so that's his stuff. Godzilla, on the other hand, enhancement. When you make a ranged attack, discard this card to increase the damage by 1 and gain an extra trophy. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm keeping that. Body Slam, I want this. If this attack is not fully blocked, you may throw the target 2 spaces. Ooh. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. We have Rush. We have Path of Destruction. Destroy a small building or vehicle in the space you and your movement in. Oh, okay. All right. I like that. 3, Amphibious, which is thing, and another one of these power-up cards. Okay. All right. So there we go. Now that we did our refresh, we have no activated things. Godzilla may throw 1 space farther. Before drawing a new hand each round, you may take 1 card from your discard pile and place it on top of your deck. That's an ability that he has. Stop. Okay, we're going to put that one on there because he could really use that. Even though I hate Megalon. Okay. I got to be fair. I have to try to be fair. Okay, so now comes into the phases where we start talking about the event phase. After a refresh phase, activate and resolve the event cards in their assigned order. Okay? Moving and placing vehicles if necessary. For more information, check Common Event Mover. So first here. Okay, find all lightning generators. Okay, we have a whole bunch of lightning generators. So I'm going to pop those out. First of all, the quality on this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. It's very, very good. Okay, and then here we go. In player order, each player places a lightning generator on a non-water space that does not contain a large building, kaiju, or lightning generator. Okay. All right, so lightning generators count as small buildings. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to put 1 there. Let's put 1 here. If I was Megalon, I would have put 1 there. And if I'm Godzilla, I'm going to put 1 right here. All right, so activate. So this happens if fewer than 2 lightning generators remain on the board. Each player, except the King of Monsters, places a lightning generator on the board following the setup rules. Oh, okay, rules. When you throw, move, or place a kaiju in a lightning generator space, deal 1 unblockable damage to the kaiju, destroying the lightning generator and gaining 2 energy. Okay. Alright, so that's in play. This one here, battleships. In player order, place a battleship in water spaces that does not contain a battleship. If there are more battleships than tiles with water, replace tiles until there are enough water spaces to place all the battleships. How many battleships are there? There are 4 battleships. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and these have points too. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now we flip this over. Activate. Each battleship attacks a kaiju within 2 spaces of it in a straight line. Okay, so that we're going to have to resolve that. If a kaiju is attacked by 1 or more battleships, that player returns the top trophy to its owner. Okay, so I'm only attacked by 1. 1, 2, so he gets attacked by 2. Okay. If the number of battleships on the board is fewer than the number of players, each player, except the King of Monsters, places a battleship on the water spaces. Okay. Alright, so there we go. So that's that. Now, I guess we're just supposed to draw those at random. And I don't think that we keep on replacing them. So we keep resolving these each time. Okay, so it's interchangeable because there's a bunch of different cards here that come into play. So you can have jets. Oh, those are trains. Oh no. I put trains in there. I just looked. They looked like battleships. They felt like battleships. Okay, here's the battleships. Okay. Oh, there. There. All right, I'm not swapping out these things. All right. So there. And there you go. All right. So that's the way that would play out. Okay. So you could play all these different things. I guess you decide which ones, and then it gives, you know, different types of feel to the game each time, because there's different things that you can use. Okay, got it. All right, so now we're starting to figure this out. So now the oxygen destroyer moves one. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to take naval bombardment off. I want to try a little something different here, because I would have to change out, actually, because there's 2 battleships left over. So I'm going to change this card, and we're just going to randomly pick. All right, we're going to go with UFOs. Find all the UFOs. Place 1 UFO in the center. Place the remaining next to the board. Okay. So we're going to go with UFOs. I think UFOs are cooler. All right, there's 2 UFOs. That's all. And the only reason I didn't go with the battleships is because I would have to change out. They said if you don't have, and I think you're supposed to do this at the beginning of the game, at the setup of the game. All right, so now we would activate this. All right, so here's a UFO. It goes into the center hex. Move each UFO. Move UFO 2 spaces towards the nearest kaiju. If the UFO starts in or enters the space with a kaiju, player discards a card from their hand. If no UFOs on the board in a 2-player game, or if 1 or fewer remain on the board in a 3 to 4-player game, place 1 UFO in the center hex. So he's going to move 2. 1, 2. He's going to move to the King of Monsters. So I'm going to get 3 energy for that. Okay, and then another UFO is going to come there. Okay, it doesn't say. Okay, so, okay, all right. So, every turn, near the 2, if the UFO starts in or enters the space of a kaiju, the player discards a card from his hand. Okay. So what do I want to discard? Well, I have 2 of these power-ups. I can discard 1 of these. All right, there we go. All right. But it doesn't say if he moves in there, if he gets destroyed. I think Godzilla would have to attack him to destroy him. There we go. Because that's considered a vehicle. UFO is considered a vehicle. There's little things in here, and it doesn't tell you right off how it does, but actually once you start getting this, throwing vehicles, well, I love to throw vehicles. Okay, all vehicles are worth 1 energy except for trains and UFOs, which are both. When you destroy a building or a vehicle, yeah, you have to destroy it. Okay, all right, there you go. So you would attack this and destroy it, I believe. Okay. So now it's Godzilla's turn. Okay, so now we go back up to the beginning of the turn. We move the oxygen destroyer, and now we're going into our action phase. All right, this is going a little bit smoother now. Destroy a vehicle or destroy small building or vehicle. I want to save that maybe. Gain 2 energy when you start the round. Oh, that's pretty good too. I got to take away. No, I only have 2 energy. So I'm going to go. And I'm going to play Path of Destruction. It doesn't cost me anything to play Path of Destruction. I'm going to move 2 spaces. I can move up to 2 spaces. And electric generator. Is it when you move through it? Nope. So I'm going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And I get to destroy a small building in that same space. So I'm going to turn that over. That's going to go up over here. Okay, so that's where we put that. And then I'm going to get 2 energy for that. So that moves me up to 4. So now it's our boy Megalon's turn. Okay, as you can see, Godzilla's closing in on him. Alright, so let's see what he has. He has Rush, which gives him momentum. Piercing Drill, which gives him momentum. He's got 1 move card. But he has no energy, which is fine. Actually, he's going to move 3. He's going to go... He's going to use this. It doesn't cost him anything. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to come over to this power plant. And we're going to discard that. And because... Oh, it has momentum. So that means he can go again. So he's going to perform a drill attack. Oh, no, he can't. He can't. He needs energy. He needs energy. And all the rest... So he has to pass, actually. He actually has to pass. So he's going to pass. Godzilla, on the other hand, can... he can play power... Oh, no. We can use this for 0 and use momentum. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to use the Rush card. That cost me nothing. I have 4 energy. Alright. So now with my 4 energy... Actually, I'm here. 1, 2, 3. I can go in the same space as him. There we go. That's what I want to do. Alright. And I'm going to use this, which is Body Slam. So I'm going to attack him for 2. It's going to cost me 1. You may throw target 2 spaces. Alright, does he have anything to block it with? No, he does not. So I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to throw him 2 spaces. So 2 spaces are going to do 2 damage. So throwing Megalon. This is picking up and throwing Kaiju. You're going to love that. Alright, so I can pick him up and throw him. I want to make sure we do this right, and you guys learn this correctly. Ranged attacks. You gotta love the fact that I can throw something. I can throw him 2. You know what? I'm going to throw him 2. It's going to do 2 damage to him right here. Alright. So I want him to go there. And it's not blocked, so I may throw the target 2 spaces. Okay, that's all it means. So it wasn't blocked, so he's going to take 2 damage. I'm going to pull 2 cards and turn over, and I'm going to keep this as a trophy. Okay, and this gets discard. Alright. Then it's going to come over to him. He cannot do anything. So he's going to pass. Okay. Then I'm looking at what I have. I'm going to play this for 1. And this is going to be one of my enhancements. Gain 2 energy when you start the round in a water space. No, I don't want to do that right now. Alright, so that's it. We still have the King of the Monster thing. And then I'm going to pass. He's going to pass. and then we begin the next round. Now, here's where these cards come into play. So, after that, we do a refresh. So, his power is before... Oh, I can throw him one space farther than I wanted to, but I don't want to. Before drawing a new hand, you may take one card from your discard pile and put it on the top of your deck. Okay, so I'm going to actually do that because I want to make sure that he gets a rush card. Okay. So now he's going to... He goes up to 5 cards, but I think we're going to get rid of agility. We're going to keep the piercing drill. Undermine. Place yourself in the same space as another kaiju within 3 spaces of your current position before resolving this attack. That's a good one. Drill. Alright, let's keep these 2 and then take the next 2 cards off. Horned laser. Okay, yeah. He needs to move and he needs to attack. But he needs something that... He needs to get some kind of momentum. So where does he get power from? See, he has no power. See, that's why I think I would discard all these cards and draw it, because he needs some kind of 0. There we go. He needs an attack. And that's the way you would do it. Okay, there you go. Because you have no energy. You used up all your energy. Now, again, because the rules are so vague. Okay, the rules are so vague that it doesn't tell you that if you get in the space with a small building that you destroy that building. I would think that would be the way it would go. But there are cards that say destroy buildings, and I think you have to use an attack card to destroy a building. So let's start here. If fewer than 2 lightning generators remain... Okay, rules. When you throw or move or place a kaiju in a lightning generator, deal 1 unblockable damage to that kaiju, destroying the generator and gaining 2 energy. Oh, I destroyed the energy, so I gained 2 energy for that. Okay, that's something that we missed. And he gets 1 unblockable. So I'll just pull this. It's kind of unfair. So that's doing the event card. Activate. If 2 or fewer lightning generators remain on the board, each player... Okay, alright, there we go. Alright, so we negotiated that. And I get 2 more. So Godzilla's up to 4. Now the UFOs. Move each UFO 2 spaces towards the nearest kaiju. That's obviously Godzilla. If that player discards a card from their hand, if no UFOs remain on the board in the 2-player game. Alright, so let's move him here. And then basically he's going to discard a card. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get rid of that. We're not going to get rid of that. We'll get rid of Horned Laser. Okay, that'll discard 1. And then Godzilla's got to get rid of a card. We haven't drawn for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because he's still king of the monsters. Rush costs nothing. Victory pose. Oh, he's doing his little thing here. Alright, crushing grip. Destroy a vehicle or small building in your space. Ooh, I like that. Body slam. I'm going to get rid of amphibious. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that happens. Okay, so we were able to do that. So we did the event phase. If the game ends, each player counts the total dominance. Okay, no, we don't have to do that yet. If the player with the highest dominance value wins the game. Okay, so now we come back up. We're going to move the oxygen destroyer. There. Now it's Godzilla's turn. So we are going to go first. Destroy a vehicle or a small building in your space. That's not going to cost me anything, and it's going to give me momentum. So I'm going to play that first. And I'm going to destroy this UFO. That is going to give me 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm going to turn, because I really hate that dude. Oh no, I don't have anything that I can do. Body slam. I would think that would destroy this. Okay, that's a power plant. I'm going to destroy a power plant, and that's going to give me 2. Alright, but I'm going to use my body slam. Choose a card from your discard. Add it to your hand. If I play this card, I can move 1. But power plant does the same thing. Okay. I'm going to play body slam for 1, and that's going to bring me down to 7. If this attack is not fully blocked, you may throw kaiju. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to destroy this building, and I'm going to get 2 power, and I'm going to get 1 card from my hand. Crushing grip. Momentum. Destroy a vehicle or a building in a small space. Cool. Alright, so that takes care of that. So there's nothing there. So now it is Megalon's turn, and he's got to turn stuff around here for sure. Momentum. He doesn't want to use that. He's going to use napalm. Napalm. It has range 3. Destroy a small vehicle in the target space of kaiju. Or he could just do 1 destruction here. So he's going to do that. He's going to do. Actually, he's going to destroy. Draw a card. Momentum. Rush. Piercing drill. Momentum. No, he's going to destroy. He's going to destroy this vehicle in his space, and he's going to use the attack here. Again, I'm hoping I'm right here, and he's going to get 3 momentum. So that's going to be his turn there. Then it's going to go over to Godzilla's turn. Victory pose. Choose a card from the discard pile and add it to your hand. So I'm going to move 1. I'm going to move over to this building here. Okay. And I'm going to choose a card from my discard pile. That's going to cost me 1 energy. And then I'm going to bring... find a card in my discard pile. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to put that in my hand. Alright, so that's going to be good there. Then it's going to come back to Megalon. He's going to move into Godzilla's square. Paying the card. Okay. Then what he's going to do is he's going to pay 2. Yep, 2. And this card's going to give him momentum. He's going to attack Godzilla for 1. Alright. And he's going to draw 1 card. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Alright, so he's going to do that. So he's going to attack Godzilla for 1. Godzilla, on the other hand, can block 2. Gain 1 energy for each point of damage this card doesn't block. Oh, do I just want to take the hit? I think so. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the hit. And he's going to draw 1 card. And he's going to get... Oh, that was a cool card, too. He's going to get at least 1 point of whatchamacallit. Now, it's Godzilla's turn. I'm going to move. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play, yeah, and that's going to give me momentum. Then I'm going to play destroy a vehicle or small building in your space, which I'm going to play, which gives me another momentum, which is going to give me 2 energy, which is going to bring me up to 9. Then I think that's all I'm going to do. Okay, now it is Megalon's turn. And he's going to use Stomp, which doesn't cost him anything. He's going to move 1, and then he's going to move over here, and he's going to destroy all vehicles or small buildings in the space you end your movement in. So he wants to actually move here because that's a large vehicle. I mean a large building. And that's going to give him 4 momentum points. And these go on the track here. You can see where things are getting a little ugly here. So he's going to go from 1. He's going to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now he's up to 5. Alright, now it's Godzilla's turn. He is going to pass. Hey, Downriver Rick. He's going to pass. Alright. And actually, this goes over to him. So this is getting a little interesting now. Alright. Oh. I forgot to put that there. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now the way this goes is we go to our next phase, which is refresh phase. Okay. Since he has the extras, he has 1 here, and then he draws 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Godzilla only draws 4. Well, we can decide to discard anything here. Nope. That's so we're going to draw 3 for the big G. All right. Okay. So now we go over to our next phase here, which is our event phase. Okay. So again, if there's no UFOs, we put 1 in. So the UFO comes in the center aisle. And kaiju. Okay, that car. Okay, so now he's going to move over here. We'll worry about that first. If there's anybody near here, when you throw, move. No, we have plenty of generators, and everything's fine. All right, there we go. Now he moves there. That causes Megalon to lose a card. He's going to lose Steady Shell, I think. Drill Attack, Strife. Let's move. So he's got a lot of cards that he can use. I just don't think that this can help him much. I think Revenger he's going to get rid of that. He's going to discard that. All right, there we go. All right, so now after that we check end of game scoring. Well, it's getting a little ugly, but now watch what happens. See how this moves over this? Boom, that moves right there. That means things are going to get pretty nasty here. So the kaiju really have to get going because this game's almost over. Alright, so now it's play in action. So Megalon gets to go first. He's starting to get a little momentum here. Well, When you enter a kaiju space during this movement, deal 2 damage to it. So, yeah, but that costs 3. He doesn't want to pay that much. But that's the only movement thing he has. And that's momentum. Place yourself in the same space as a kaiju. Another kaiju within 3 spaces. That's going to cost him 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bring him down to 2. Alright, so he's going to use this card. He's going to use Undermine. It's going to cost him 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. He's going to go in the same space as Godzilla. He's going to deal 4 damage to Godzilla. Here's the problem. Can Godzilla stop that? So he actually went underground, came up, and decided to throw a beating on my boy. I don't think that's right. Power up. Okay, so I'm going to play Scaled Hide. It doesn't cost me anything. Gain 1 energy for each point of damage this card doesn't block. So I'm going to take 2 damage. Okay, because I blocked 2. So that means Megalon is going to pick 2 cards, and he's going to take that one, and then I have to discard that one. Ouch. Alright, nice job, Megalon. Alright, now it's my turn. And now I'm mad. Power up. So I'm going to move 2 spaces. I'm going to play Tail Slide. Okay. Neutral, you can get yourself banned for even mentioning Matthew Broderick on this channel. Don't be a wise guy. You know how much we hate him. Alright. This one here is special. You can move 2 and then 3. So, an attack for 3. So, I'm going to go... 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to attack these buildings. Or I can just use the attack. Tail Slide. I'm just going to attack. I'm going to attack for 3 on the Megalon. And Megalon has Sturdy Shell, which he'll play. Yeah, he has 2 Sturdy Shells. And by playing this, he's going to draw a card. So he's going to draw a card, and it's going to cost him 1. No, it doesn't cost him anything. So he draws a card because he negotiates the ability. Tail Slide, I hit him for 3, so there's only 1 left over. We turn it over. Oh, it wasn't worth anything. So it was a miss on the big fella. He drew 1 card. Okay, and that cost me 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So that was Godzilla's turn. Now it is Megalon's turn. And he's going to do... He's going to do Strife. He's going to move away for 3. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to come over here, and he's going to try to gain some energy. Whenever you enter a space during this movement, deal 2 damage to it. Didn't do any damage. He's got defense cards, but he has an attack card that he can attack the buildings in that thing there. I'm probably doing this wrong. I think maybe you just attack 1 building at a time, I would think. That's what I would think. Godzilla is going to play... No. Can't do that. Can't do that. So I'm going to pass. Megalot is going to pass as well. I'm going to say he's going to use his drill attack for... No, because how would that make any sense? I gotta go on and really figure this out. Alright, so he attacked Godzilla, so he keeps the momentum thing. Alright, so now he's 3, so he's going to deal 3 cards to himself. That's 6. We're going to mix this up. Godzilla, on the other hand, I think we got to get rid of some stuff. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to get rid of these 2, and I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Nice. Alright, this is going to come in handy. So we did that. Now we do an event phase. They're going to come over here. Since he's the king of the hill, it's going to make him discard a card. 1 attack. Deflect. I think a strife. I don't think he can afford that, so he's not going to use that. So he's going to get rid of that. Alright. He's going to get to go first. So, first thing he's going to do... Oh, I shouldn't... Okay, I should have got rid of Sturdy Shell. There we go. Alright, so... It's Megalot turn. He's going to go move 4. 1, 2, 3. And whenever he goes into a kaiju's space, he does deal 2 damage to it. Can we stop 2 damage? Yes, we can. If this fully blocks an attack, you may take a power-up card from your discard pile and add it to your hand. Alright, so this is going to block all 3. And, oh, I'm going to take a power-up card, huh? One, 2. Power-up card. Okay, it's the same. Okay. I can only play that enhancement once. Once I play it, I have to discard it. Well, I can add it to my hand. Alright. There we go. So now this is the last round. So whatever happens, happens. I forgot to do that. Once you move over these buildings, that's the last round. So we play until we both pass. So now, it's time to get serious on this dude. Whenever you make a ranged attack. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go 1, 2 with tails. With, ooh, that's a tough one. Because I would have to... Oof. Range 2. Heat ray. Huh. Unless I use this. Tail slide. Move 2. Nope. I'm going to stay right there. And then... No, I'm going to... You can pass. Or I can go over to a power plant. No. I can go to a radar dish. No. Take a card from your discard pile and place it on the top of your deck. No, I don't want to do that. Boy, it's a little hard trying to figure out what you want to do here. I can do 4 damage range too. Well, I can do range as long as if he's in the same square, I can do range. So I'm going to play 2. I'm going to increase the damage by 1, so it's going to be 5. He's going to try to stop it. He's got to deflect for 3. If used against a ranged attack, destroy a small building or vehicle up to 1 space away. So, that's good for him. So, a vehicle or small building up to 1 space away. So that's going to give him 2 points. There we go. That goes into here. I'm going to do an extra damage. That's 5, so that's 2. So I get an extra trophy. I can't take anything else besides that, because that's a 0, so that's a fail. And I increase that by damage, okay. And I discard this card. Boom. Alright. So that did that. Okay. And I have this and this. Alright, there we go. So now it goes over to Megalon. Megalon is going to drill attack me for 2. And that's going to give him momentum as well. So it's going to 1, 2. Can I stop it? Yes, I can. It doesn't cost me anything, so nothing happens. But I attacked him. So because that did not do any damage to him, I now have the momentum. Alright, so he did that. I blocked it. Now it's my turn. I'm going to move... When you make a... I'm going to pay for this enhancement. No, I'm going to move. I'm going to pay 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to move 2. 1. 1, 2. Then I'm going to attack for 3. It's not going to do me any good, but it's going to give me a couple of that left. Then he's going to go. Well, he has range 3, but I'm out of his range. And he's going to pass. I'm going to pass. That's the end of the round. So now we find out what happens. Alright. Let's see if we can figure this out now. Okay. So now, you go through the event phase. Well, he would come over here to the nearest guy. 1, 2. That would be me because I had the thing. None of the buildings do anything. Nobody was thrown into it. So, okay. If the game ends, each player counts up dominance value. Okay, so let's find out what Megalon has. He has 3. What does Godzilla have? He has 6. Plus the 2 for the thing. So, 8. So Godzilla would win. He is the king of all monsters. Alright. So a couple things here, okay, just going over this and just seeing how this plays out. This is a good game. The thing and doesn't say it in the book, And I'm gonna go on BGG and check it out. Remember, we decided to do this after just reading it. The thing it doesn't say in the book is if you enter a space, do you get to pick and destroy one of the buildings? Because there's all kinds of cards that say, okay, or do you go in there and don't destroy the buildings? When you destroy a building, it all says is when you do, okay? It doesn't tell you how to destroy a building. When playing a kaiju attack card, you must be in the same space as your intended target, either another kaiju or a vehicle, unless that card has range listed on it. After choosing a target, decide whether to damage or throw it. Okay, so you can on vehicles you can use it. We did that right. Okay, attack. Attacking other kaiju. That's all it says. Playing energy cards. You have to pay the cost. How do you get energy? Well, of course, you have to destroy those certain things, but it doesn't tell you. Vehicles or buildings cannot be targeted by a range attack. All right, so what that tells me is that you have to play an attack card to destroy a building. I think if there's two small buildings in a space, do you attack one of the buildings or both of the buildings? Doesn't say. So there's like little things here. If the kaiju ends in a space with a large building, that building must be destroyed, even if there is a vehicle in that space. If the kaiju lands in a space with another kaiju, both receive 1 damage. Okay, that makes sense. They're talking about throwing here. UFOs are 3. You get when destroyed and removed from play. Your opponent can choose if you attack. So I would think that you have to... See, it doesn't tell you how you destroy buildings. Do you, every time you go in there, do you destroy at least one building? The way I would do this and change it around, okay, and because it doesn't say it, and maybe on BGG it's a little different, so I'll have to figure that out, is that when you step in a space, you destroy one building. Okay? That's the way I think it would go. And you would get that energy. And that's how you... The small buildings I'm talking about. You have to attack the bigger buildings. You have to use an attack card, I would think. Okay? And when you go in there, you destroy these buildings. And you get the energy for them. But you would have to use an attack card. Maybe... You know, that's the only way I can think around that. The other thing that's very confusing, well, now that I've cleared it up, is that each time you pick 2 of these event cards and you negotiate each one of the event cards. So it's random which ones you pick. And then changes the game. I think that's really cool. But... The only thing that has to be clarified, and it does messes you up a little bit, is small building and getting energy. Okay? So once you got to make sure that you have movement cards, you got to make sure that you have attack cards, and I think that's how it works. I may have screwed this up. I'm going to do some research, and I will come back and definitely, but you have an idea of how this works. It's a good game. I think it's a good, solid game. I like the whole card thing. I think one of the neat things that they could have done with this that would have been really kind of cool is that you try to drain the other guy's deck. And if that deck drains out, the game ends as well. And then you count up the trophies. Looks really good. Seems like it plays well. Minus a few questions, appears to be better than the recent Godzilla card game. Yeah, the recent Godzilla card game was horrible. That was just bad. The nice thing about it, though, the art was like ridiculous, so that made me quite happy. Overall, it looks good. It's smart. It plays good. I think, when you build, there's more pieces in here. So, it's you can randomize it. So there's a lot of different things here that you can put out there. There's there's extra buildings and military things. Of course, you have Mothra and Ghidorah. All right. Yeah, there's lots of potential for expansions. You could play up to 4 players, so this can get really big and a lot of fun, and it just becomes a giant monster mash. I like the Oxygen Destroyer, which drives off the monsters. That's how you end the game. I think that's really good. I think the figures, the quality is really, really good. If I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, just alone, if I can figure out the little nuances, and honestly, even if you homebrewed something that you wanted to, okay, when you step into space, you get 2 energy and destroy a small building. I think that's the smart way to do it, and I think maybe that's the way they play it. They just don't say it. So I think you destroy, at least because there's 2 small buildings in each area, and I think if you step in there, you destroy a building, which would make sense because you're building up energy and you're using that energy. It just doesn't tell you, all right, do you attack the buildings? Do you destroy both buildings that you step into? I played it where you had to use an attack card to attack the building. I thought that was the safest way to do it and made it a little harder. If you say you have to attack a big building, you would think you move onto the space, a small building would probably auto-destroy. That's what I would think. Here's the thing. There's 2 small buildings in each one of those, in each square. So I wonder if that, do you destroy one or do you destroy the 2? So, because you can see where Godzilla gets a little energy and he's just nasty. But then again, he is the king of all monsters. I like this a lot. If I had to rate this, and this is just me, number 1, the Godzilla factor is ridiculous. So that's an automatic 8. Now, the rule book, that's going to take some points. I mean, the Godzilla gives it a 10, and then you got to take off the rule book, okay, which isn't very clear. So I'm going to take a point off for that. So that brings it down to a 9. I'd say an 8.5. That's how much I like this. I mean, the quality, the figures. You paint these up, game on. I mean, look at my boy G. And actually, you don't even have to. Hold on, let me go to this one. You don't even have to, do that. You could just substitute him for. Let's see, who do I got on the shelf here? Heck. And then if you want to bring in Mothra, hey, we got a giant moth. Put it right there. And we got painted up moth. Bang, boom. Not too much on BGG, yet the designer answered a few questions, but not what Rob discovered. Hopefully more to come. Thanks for jumping in, Rob. Yeah, I just wanted to jump right into it. I'm not afraid of it. I mean, if I screw it up, at least people have something that they can correct. And it's just going to help everybody in the long run, and that's what's most important. I think that's what's most important. That's why we do what we do. All right? Listen, 3 videos yesterday. 3 videos today. All right? Don't forget that Lock and Load is now at Miniature Market. We did a Subutio. Subutio. Yeah. Okay, I got it right. I can't hear myself talk anymore. Boy, this is... And I had fun playing by myself. It's kind of hard. See, I would play like Mothra versus like Ghidorah, and then I think I could be more impartial. And I think you could play this solo. The way I would play it solo is I think I would turn over a card each time until you get something you need. Disappointing you don't kill the kaiju to end the game. But it looks intriguing. No, I don't think that's bad. It keeps everybody in and they're just fighting. And then eventually the oxygen destroyer drives them off. So I think that's a kind of cool way of doing it. I think the way that you can kill off a monster, and I think would be kind of cool, is if you're playing 2-player and you make them run their deck down. Okay? So if you hit them enough and their deck runs out, I think that is the way you could play kill the monster. Oh, you have no more cards to draw? Your monster goes back to the sea. So that's a way to add a win condition in here, homebrewed. Thought about it already. And I said, oh, that would be kind of cool. Especially if you're playing 2-player. Kind of speeds the game up a little bit. The game plays very fast, so destroying buildings actually it gets on that track, and when those two intersect, that's the last turn, and it makes sense. And it's smart the way it does it. I think I played it wrong, but again, hopefully somebody sees this and they'll see what we did and they'll answer the questions that we have. That's the best I can tell you. All right. I like it a lot. I love it. Thank God I was able to find it, because nobody was going to send it to us. That's for sure. But very, 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 very good game. All right. I think we said it all. I think we had a lot of fun. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you can, if you want to. It doesn't even matter. We've had a mass exodus because the tiger appeared. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. This is my channel. I'll do whatever I feel like. It's as easy as that. And the most important people are here anyway, so that's all that matters. All right, listen. I love you all. We'll be back tomorrow. I've got some things to do. Just to let you know a few things. Thursday, I'll do a live play on this channel, but normally we do painting on either Friday or Thursday. This week it'll be taped. I don't want to conflict with the Board Game Geek and the Dice Tower. They're doing their huge thing, so I don't want to be streaming anything over on BGG on YouTube when they're doing their huge convention, their virtual convention. So I try to stay out of the way. So what I did is I made it taped. It goes up at 4:30, our new time, 4:30. But the Black Dragon is already painted. Matter of fact, he's on the shelf behind me. Tomorrow, I was thinking maybe doing the new Gloomhaven, or maybe doing something a little bit bigger, a little bit more fun. All right, so we got a bunch of videos coming out, and the rest of the week I got kind of open so I can fit in some of these things I've been trying to fit in. No interview things or anything like that until next week. War and Pieces is bi-weekly now, live. So next week we're going to have a live War and Pieces, so make sure you join us. And I will see you guys tomorrow, more than likely, in some fashion or form. Either we're going to paint the big Godzilla, or we're going to do something else. I've got a few things to take care of tomorrow, but in the afternoon we'll be back for sure. Do you know when you might be painting the large Godzilla? Oh, I just said it, Godzilla. I might do it. Might do it Thursday or over the weekend. He's up there, and I keep on looking at it. I got him all primed up and ready to go, and I just got to figure out when I want to take the time to do him up. I'm trying to fit in a bunch of games, so I might do that even next week when I'm doing some of the live talk show stuff, and add in a paint thing. I'm trying to do a little bit more live gameplay. Tomorrow I might do something different. My friend Pete told me about something, so I may check it out. All right, listen. I love you all. Have a good evening. I will see you soon. Oh my God, it's almost 6 o'clock. Let me get going. I will talk to you soon. This was a long stream because we were trying to figure this out. It only takes 45 minutes. It's only a 45-minute game. But I wanted to take my time and try to figure it out. All right. Be good. We'll see you soon. Be kind to each other. And that's the most important thing. Bye, everybody.